I'm Jeff, your teaching coach. Welcome to Teach the Technique. Before every training session, I always hear HR or the trainer tell me the following. Teacher, our trainees' participation is very poor in class. They are not motivated, they want to slide their cell phones, or they may do a lot of chores, or they do not want to interact with the teacher. Many trainers would tell me that, teacher, please take care of me. I always smile and tell them, it's okay, we'll find out later. When I come in, it only takes me 5 minutes to turn the whole place into something you don't see very often. The students are very eager to give feedback, raise their hands, take the initiative to get on the stage, and then rush to have a better performance. And from the beginning to the end, they're very energetic, and then they're very focused. Have you ever wondered how all this is possible? It's not that I did any magic, but I used a very special technique called gamification. In this lesson, I'm going to share with you what teaching gamification is and how it operates and what features it has. Before we talk about gamification, let's define what gamification is first. Gamification does not mean playing games in the teaching process, nor does it require electric toys like these handheld games. Real gamification refers to applying game elements to non-game scenes, just as the teaching scene is not a game scene, so we apply some game elements to it, and this is real gamification. In fact, when it comes to gamification, we have to talk about the 3 most important game elements, commonly known as P.B.L. This refers to points, rewards, and leaderboards. That P points is through some motivational factors such as chips, points to make the whole scene more active, and then give them some rewards when the process of using the leaderboard as a motivational tool. In the end, how to operate the P.B.L. point scoring leaderboard in the teaching, we look at the following instructions. The first element of gamified P.B.L. is P, which means point. When to give out points, how to get points. In fact, the real purpose of points is to stimulate students' participation and grab their attention. So how to give it to them during the lesson. Let's take a look at our workshop's screen. Today we will use this chip as a scoring tool so that every performance and every exercise will have a chip in it. So please tell me what techniques I have used to make this quiz go smoothly. And tell me what you think if you got it right, and if you got it right, then we will use it as a scoring tool. If you're completely right, you'll receive 3,000 chips. Even incorrectly, you'll still get 1,000. Please tell me your answer, please.
I said I paid him whatever he wanted to say, so this one's not bad, and this one's good for 2.0. So please tell me.
I'm a little bit of an answer. That's the right answer. I'm a little bit of an answer. I'm a little bit of an answer. As you can see, in fact, every interaction or participation of the trainee, he answered a question or he asked a question, we immediately give points. In fact, points are not the key point, but because the trainee, in order to get the points, he will continue to focus on. This is the real focus in addition to stimulate his answer and participation. We will also be through the points to encourage the trainee to go up to the stage. Let's see how we do it. I didn't specify the order in which we're going to be on stage today. As long as you report to the stage first, we'll add 5 0 points to your score. Then the second will add 3 0 points. And the third will add 1 0 points, 5 0 points, 3 0 points, 1 0 points. Then we'll only compete on the speed of the hand raise. You put your hand down first, you control it, then we'll only compete on the speed of the hand raise. If we don't win the answer, we have to win even if we raise our hands. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? Yes, we only compete with each other. We don't compete with who rushes up to the stage. We only compete with the speed of raising our hands. So have you noticed that I'm standing at the back now because it's fairer and fairer? So it's fairer and fairer, so it's fairer and fairer, so it's fairer and fairer, so it's not a question of fairer and fairer, so it's not a question of fairer and fairer, so it's not a question of fairer and fairer. Fair! Which group will go up first? No doubt, thank you for your speed. Not bad. Come one person slowly like this. 30 seconds to finish the next group. Thank you. 3 0 points. Come on, let's get ready. Let's give the second partner a round of applause and encouragement to read the picture you see. We use points to motivate students to rush to the stage. In fact, it's just 1 point. Then you will find that the students' focus and attention have a very quick response. Their willingness to increase dramatically. If there are 3 groups on the scene, we may arrange for 3 0 2 0 1 0. because of the different order of the different scores of the stage. And then you may arrange for more 5, 0, 3, 0, 1, 0, so that students will rush to the stage for these points. This is the second function of the points, is to increase the willingness to participate in the stage points. And a third function is to treat it as a competition. You can arrange for more 5, 0, 3, 0, 1, 0, so that the students will rush to the stage for these points. This is the second function of the points, is to increase the willingness to participate in the points, and the third function is to serve as a motivational tool for the competition. We will arrange for a number of competitions during the course. Let's take a look at the workshop screen to announce that the first place winner of the vote is our Team 2. Let's have a round of applause. Good, very good. 1,000 points for this big one, 10,000 points. We have a scoring system for each competition, and then we will give different points to groups with different scores, like these competitions. The number of points will be higher and higher. Sometimes it's 15-0, sometimes it's 21-0. Higher and higher competitions mean more and more difficulty, and students will do their best for their group in order to get better scores. So these three opportunities can be used as a point incentive occasion. Whether it's the interaction and response of the student, or the order of his participation on the stage, or the ranking of the competition, we can issue points. I'd like to remind all teachers that while points are a quick, simple, and convenient tool, there are still a few things to be cautious about when using point-based incentives. The first aspect is the immediacy of feedback. Don't delay in awarding points. Give them immediately. Of course, there are various ways to award points. Initially, we used what we called air points, meaning verbally awarding points like plus 1,000 or plus 2,000. Then these points would be recorded on paper by the group members themselves. Over time, we improved this by using paper cards. Later, I saw teacher MJ using toy banknotes, and then we transitioned to using chips. The way students perceive these different methods of awarding points varies. Currently, we most commonly use air points and physical chips as methods of awarding points. Remember, points are merely a motivational tool. I believe it's best to keep it simple and not overcomplicate things. Some people make it too complicated and miss the main point. The primary purpose of points is to serve as a motivational tool, enhancing students' focus and participation. That's the true objective behind using points. P.B.L's second thing, B reward. In fact, AI in general, if you teach us to see the game, to realize the real academic research, most of the research is to write B as badges, that is, because of the experience of our practice. Basically, our students, in fact, is not too much to care about what the badges or not badges that he will not be, because of the platinum good students to work harder, that most of the students, in fact, it will be meaningful to some small prizes that will increase participation in that how to give prizes. Prizes will increase participation because of this. So how do we give prizes? Let's take a look at the drawing we made at the beginning of the workshop. Throughout today's course, I hope everyone will gain some knowledge and insights. However, these are intangible learnings and takeaways. Being a practical person, I've also brought some tangible gifts for everyone. Later on, I've prepared some small prizes for you all. Here, I usually give out building blocks, but today, for this special online edition, I've brought some delicious cookies from my hometown, Shalu. These aren't just any cookies you can buy at the local 7-Eleven. They're special ones that I specifically went to my hometown to purchase. I've brought a few boxes. Today we'll be competing in groups, and the top group will directly take home an entire box. Does that sound good? The second place also has a prize. We are very fair. The second place becomes a whole package. From a whole box, it becomes a whole package. The second place also has a prize. The third place also has a prize. The third place prize is a Children's Play 7-cornered board. I have counted, and there are a total of 7 colors. Everyone should be able to share one. This is no problem. The top 3 have prizes. You can see that at the beginning of the course, we openly tell the participants what prizes are prepared for today. In fact, the real purpose of the reward is not for the reward itself, but to create a reason for participation. So the reward doesn't have to be of particularly high value. We have used various rewards in the past, such as books, magazines, building blocks, snacks, or even small toys. These can all be used as reward tools. You wouldn't believe that many executives of public companies, upon seeing a building block, would tell their colleagues they want to bring this toy back for their children. A small building block can motivate a senior executive of a public company to fully participate in the course. This might seem unbelievable if you haven't tried it, but maybe next time you can see how rewards play a role in your classroom. The third aspect of P.B.L. is Leaderable, also known as the Leaderboard. Why do we have a leaderboard? Because sometimes the course is quite long, be it 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or even an entire day like ours. If we just keep awarding points, after a while, participants might not know who has accumulated how many points. Therefore, at the end of each class, we always update the leaderboard to let everyone know their current standings. As you can see from a few of the images we're shooting right now, we update the latest leaderboard at the end of each class. Through the leaderboard screen, each group will see their rankings. In fact, this is a little bit like accumulating the rewards and scores of each group to let them know their rankings, which will motivate them to participate harder in the next period. The leaderboard is a tool, so please remember to place a scoreboard in a prominent place. It can be a score, a ranking, or even a bar chart statistic, all of which can let students know that they should work harder to participate in gamification competitions and performances. I would like to remind you that the purpose of gamification is not to play games. Gamification is not just about having fun, and the real key to gamification is to achieve your lesson objectives. The real key to gamification is to achieve the goal of your course, to be integrated with the goals of your course. Therefore, in the process of designing gamification, what you need to think about is not how to play the game, not how to give points, not how to give leaderboards or how to give rewards, but rather to return to the core of what your teaching goals are. You expect to promote and see what students' behaviors are through gamification. What is the reason for students to actively scramble for the answers? And why do you want them to answer the questions? And what is the reason for the learning process? Teachers must first find out your teaching core and objectives, and then turn your curriculum into a game through the 3 key elements of P.B.L. Because you have a good course, and then you gamify it into a good and fun course, and it becomes a useful course, and that's the real key to gamification. Please believe me, teachers, this is a very, very important secret for professional athletes. Next time, try making your course useful and fun by incorporating your course into the points bonus leaderboard. I hope to see you change. I'm Jeff, your teaching coach. I'll see you next time.